Wednesday, January 29th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and we'll talk about the snow and ice event that's wrapping up here in just a second. Wanted to show you a couple live cameras. This is Banner Elk. I'm cutting this video about 5:30 in the morning on the snow-covered roads out there all across the region, including the mountains. And look at Banner Elk. They are sitting at 0 for a temperature with a wind chill of -11. And this is something you don't see every day. I know it's still dark and a little tough to see, but that is snow on the Avalon Pier over in the Outer Banks. And that wintry precip still ongoing as I'm cutting this video over in the coastal parts of the Carolinas. 26 degrees there with that wintry precip occurring along that portion of the Outer Banks. It's been freezing rain in a number of other spots, and a lot of it in some spots. All the way down through the Gulf Coast. Really a bad situation in parts of the Gulf Coast as well. There's your temperatures. It's bitterly cold. 17 in Greensboro, 19 in Charlotte, 18 in Raleigh. Lots and lots of snow and ice on the roads. If you don't have to be out and about this morning, I would just stay home. As the sun is out later today, there'll be some improvement, even though temperatures won't really get above freezing. There'll be some improvement in the sunny areas. But there'll be a lot of refreezing on the roads tonight with a bitterly cold night ahead. Here's some mountain temperatures, lots of single digits up that way. Really, really cold stuff all around the region. All right, there's the radar. And again, this is about 5:30 this morning, and snow winding up, wrapping up in Elizabeth City. Looks like up that way, we had some sleet issues in some spots, and that really cut into the overall snow totals in a number of spots. Again, wintry mix right along the coast, tapering off with time, but still some ice ongoing in the coastal parts of South Carolina, and things slowly wrapping up along the Gulf Coast, but still around Panama City. Some wintry type of precip as we speak. There's the last 24 hours of satellite and radar imagery, and just look at that winter storm. Very impressive. Began in Texas, continued all the way through the Gulf Coast and up the Carolina coastal areas where the precipitation was heaviest, and really all of the Carolinas saw some wintry precip, at least in the air. The heaviest precip, as expected, over in eastern parts of the Carolinas. These are some very preliminary snow amounts. We'll get a lot more in the way of these numbers in later today. There's some numbers from around the Triad area. Here are some numbers from around the Charlotte region. There they come right there. And finally, some very preliminary numbers from around the Triangle region. But again, there's still more to come. We'll get more numbers in as we get deeper into the day. A lot of sunshine for the western two-thirds of the Carolinas. The clouds will be kind of stubborn along the coast for much of the day, and on the coastal plain too. Now tomorrow, I think all of us will see a lot of sunshine. Here's the setup. High pressure building on in from the west, low pressure offshore pulling away. And as we go forward in time, again, you're looking at some sun in the western two-thirds of the Carolinas today. But then as we get on into tomorrow, I think a lot of us see some sunshine with that high pressure building on in from the west. And eventually by Friday and certainly the weekend, some milder air will be moving in. It's going to be very cold around the region today. Many, many spots sub-freezing. Bitterly cold tonight. Some Piedmont and foothill spots will see single digits, and then it's still very chilly tomorrow. I think more of us bumping above freezing, at least for a brief period of time, but substantial warming kicking in by Friday, and it gets even warmer over the weekend. All right, in the upper levels, trough moving through the eastern part of the country. Now, that southwest flow firmly established over the weekend. We'll have some above average temperatures over the weekend, but then things get kind of interesting again as we get toward next week. This is Monday. This is the European model. And notice that piece of energy. It's going to be another one of those pieces of energy we're kind of tracking and seeing how that behaves as it moves eastward. There it is by Wednesday on the European, moving into Arkansas. On the surface, on the European model, you have rain Wednesday. I should say rain Monday, rather. Sorry about that. Rain Monday. And then as that next piece of energy moves in, pronounced cold air damming signature. And the damming signature is there on the GFS2. Just the timing is different. And you look at that on the surface and you say that's rain. But no. At face value on the European, that is not rain. That is a winter precip event again in the state of North Carolina. Surface temperatures below freezing down to interstate, or I should say Highway 74. and we're looking at 850 temperature sub-freezing down to about I-40, give or take. So, that's a long way off, and a lot's going to change, but something else to keep an eye on. We'll see how that unfolds for next week. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Thank you for watching. Everybody bundle up, stay warm, have a great day, and God bless.